Hi everybody, it is me, the fabulous Leo Brown. And first of all, happy Saturday to all of you. I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday and enjoying the hopefully nice weather wherever you may be. Now, for those of you who don't know, if you've never been to my channel and this is your first time being here, first of all, I thank you for liking my videos and sharing them and watching them and subscribing. Thank you so much. It means a lot. But for those of you who don't know, I am a psychic. I am a psychic medium. I'm also a life coach and I'm also a motivational speaker. So today's video is going to be Psychic Saturday. Now this is going to be a series. This is going to be a series of where I talk about different psychic topics. So that could be everything from, angelic readings to how to read cards to numerology to even the paranormal. So I'm going to talk about different psychic topics and I'm going to do it every Saturday. I'm going to try to do it every Saturday. I shouldn't say because you never know. My brother may get busy. But anywho, so that's what we're going to do today. And today we're going to start the series with clearing up the clairs. Now, for those of you who don't know, who are asking like, well, what the hell is a clair? What is that? So when I say clair, what I mean by that is clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairalience, and clairgustance. And these are all 5 senses that we all have. We all have them. Now, let me break it down. So, out of the clairs that you just heard, those 5 senses, and these are all 5 psychic senses that we all have. Let me make that clear first. Everybody has psychic ability. Everybody. It could be me, it could be you, it could be your grandma. We all know that grandmother that dreams about fish and somebody's pregnant. We all have heard that if your right hand is itching, you can get some money. We've all heard that if your ears are burning, somebody's talking about you. If you can't sleep, somebody's dreaming about you. These are all, yes, they may sound superstitious, but they do have some kernel and some grain of truth. So we all have some psychic ability, or, you just know that somebody's going to call you and they call you. We all have those abilities. So it's not just like the chosen few. Everybody has a psychic ability, but what happens is it either gets repressed or we ignore it. So, okay. So now, when I talk about the 5 psychic senses, what I mean by that is, like I said, you have clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, clairalience, or aliens, and then clairgustance. Actually, you have 5 to sometimes 6. It depends. So today, what we're going to talk about is claircognizance or empathy. Now, let me go down the list again because clairvoyance. So, what is clairvoyance? Let's start there first. So, clairvoyance is whenever you go to a reader and they go, "I see." That's what that means. Clairvoyance means clear seeing. So it means that you see things in your head, in your mind's eye, in this little area right here. Or you may see it in your dreams. Like you may dream about something, or you may have what some people call a waking vision. Things like that. Like you dream about an event and it comes true. Clairaudience. That's more so where say you have a little girl or a little boy, and all of a sudden you hear your daughter or your son crying, and you go to where they are, and it turns out they hurt themselves, or they fell off the swing. That's clairaudience. So that means you can hear what's going on around you, or you can hear people's thoughts. That's clairaudience with a little bit of telepathy. That's what that means. Where like I hear. So if you ever hear a reader say, "Well, I hear this," or for instance, Iyanla Vanzant, she'll say, "Well, I'm hearing this." She does that a great deal. That's clairaudience. Now, claircognizance, which is what we're going to talk about today. So claircognizance is empathy. And empathy is basically where you can feel, like, you hear people say, "I got a bad feeling," or "I have a good feeling that tonight's going to be just awesome." Or "I have a feeling that within 2 months, you're going to end up getting your promotion that you want." That's a form of empathy. Or when you say to somebody, "You know what, I really feel sorry for them," or I can feel your pain, that's empathy. Now, I'm going to go into the other ones too. So we also have aliens and clairgustance. And what that is that is clear smelling and clear tasting. And what that is somebody can say to you, well, you know what, I'm tasting um, flowers, or I'm tasting lemon, or because some mediums, some psychics actually do this. They'll say, well, I'm tasting this, or I taste blood. They may not be bleeding anywhere, but they taste it. So their senses may come in the form of tasting something. Or when you say to somebody, you know what, I can smell the negativity, or I could smell the lust, or I could smell the death, or I could smell the happiness on you. That's what that means. Or you smell like money. That's where those phrases and terms, that's where they come from. So um, that's clair aliens, is when you smell things. Clairgustance is when you taste things. All right. So today we're going to talk about empathy. We're going to talk about claircognizance. Now, what is empathy? Empathy is just feeling. It's, for some, you may see things, you may hear things, but in some cases you're going to feel things. And normally when you feel things, you feel it right. You feel it in your tummy. You feel it right in the middle, right in the abdomen area. And it's, to give you a good example of it, it's like a person, if they watch a horror movie or if they watch the news and they feel that pain of the news report, like what the report is talking about. Or for instance, the greatest empath that I can think of actually right now, that I know that we all can relate to, is Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey, you can't tell me that Oprah's not an empath. She is. She is definitely an empath, because if you notice with her, she often has to hold back, or when she had a talk show, she often had to hold back tears, or she cried all the time. It became kind of a joke where she was like the weeping willow. But that's a form of empathy, because she was feeling what they were going through. And since, since the days her show has ended, she's learned to cut it off. But, she's learned to keep it in check. But empathy is a real thing. So a good example of that is you saying, well, I really feel your pain, or I really feel bad for you, or when you watch the news, you can't get it off your mind because you're thinking about that news report about the children in Soviet Russia, or or for instance, when things happened in Ferguson, for instance, and people reacted to that, that's a form of empathy. That's empathy, because you feel that pain, you feel that anger, you feel that frustration, or with the Tamir Rice case, or let me think of something else that I can think of. Um, or when somebody, or for instance, when Prince passed away, that's a really good example. That's a form of empathy too, because you felt as if that was family. Some of us felt as if he were like our uncle or our best friend, or, like a lot of us feel that celebrities are our friends in our heads. And so we cry when he passed. We let that emotion come through about how, because they really impacted our lives. Now, the thing about empaths is this, and this is how you'll know you're an empath. These are three signs. One, you don't like big crowds. You prefer small, intimate groups. You can't function in big crowds. So like big cities like LA, Chicago, New York, even though I know Atlanta's not necessarily a big city, but places where there are big crowds, don't function for you. You don't function in big crowds. You function better in either suburban areas where there's little to no traffic, or in the country, kind of tucked away. Two, you don't like a lot of TV and news. Empaths cannot watch TV and news at all. They have to kind of stay away from it, because it really can affect them on a deep, deep, deep level. For instance, they can't be around someone who's always depressed, because they'll become depressed. They kind of mirror another person's emotions. They pick up on it. Most empaths make great counselors. Three, they make great counselors. They make great therapists. Most empaths are very much into the healing spectrums when it comes to career, because they really do want to help people overcome their stuff. And let's see, and I'm gonna say four, because there's actually more than three. For when it comes to empaths, they tend to be so transparent and so open when it comes to relationships like family and friends and even their love life, that often they get in really bad relationships because of that, because it's so open. And some people who what is the word, who latch on to that, they end up becoming, they end up getting into really dysfunctional relationships most of the time. Most empaths, when it comes to their love life, when it comes to their friends, when it comes to their family, they have to be really selective of whom they choose to be around. And it's not easy, because some people will see that and they take advantage of the fact that they're so candid and so open and so, transparent. So if you ever look at somebody who's an empath, this is how you kind of know. You'll see that there's a little bit of chaos when it comes to their love life or things that affect them in terms of matters of the heart. So that's all I want to talk about today in terms of clearing up the clairs. I hope that made sense to you. If you have any questions, please leave them below. Please leave them below. If you have any questions, comments, let me know. I do read them all. This is going to be the first of the series. So next week, we're going to do clairaudience. And that's where I'm going to talk about clear hearing, where you hear things. You may hear somebody's voice that's not there. So that's what we're going to talk about clairaudience, and that'll be next Saturday. Until then, it is me, the fabulous Leo Brown, and I will be back next week, next Saturday, with another edition of Psychic Saturday. If you want a reading from me, if you want a life coaching session from me, or if you just want, well, I shouldn't say if you just want to talk, but if you would like a reading, if you want a life coaching session, reach out to me. I am on psychicleo.com. That's my website, which is psychicleo.com. You can go to my website and find out about that as well, and how to get a reading from me one-on-one. I do my readings via phone, via Skype, and via email. So you can take your pick of however, which method works for you in terms of getting a reading. But I would love to do a reading for all of you who are watching. You have to be over 18 though. Just saying. Can't be 11 calling me talking about something. Hey, I want a reading. No. It doesn't work that way. You have to be an adult. But if you really do want a reading with me, log onto my website, psychicleo.com. Follow me on Facebook at Intuitive Leo. That is facebook.com/Intuitive Leo. Follow me on Twitter at The Real Leo Brown. Instagram at The Real Leo Brown. And let's see. And like I said, go to my website, psychicleo.com. And be sure to purchase my new book, Honey, I'm Fabulous, and So Are You. It's available on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. It's available where all books are sold. And it's available on Kindle. So until next time, I am the fabulous Leo Brown, and I will talk with all of you soon. Have a great, great Saturday. And I love you all. Bye-bye.